Rahul Bet Hotep, what up, everybody? I know in the suit here, I'm black at it like a crack addict. Let's talk about it.
You got Stephen Josie, the one and only. Let's get into this.
So today is, you know what day it is? It's Monday. It's Myth Busting Monday. So we're going to let y'all in on what's the myths that go around the black community and to hit y'all with how we should solve these problems. So you want to get into it? Talk to these people.
Okay, so everyone knows this myth. If you got skin like mine, you know this is the myth that we get pulled over for no reason at all. I'm sure you're aware of the saying, driving
While
black.
Real shit.
Yeah, that's what they say. That DWB, driving while black.
So so again, like I said, I'm 27, but as a child, it's always like if you do anything, you're gonna get pulled over. Like if you walk outside, get in your car, you're gonna get pulled over, or hey, don't drive over here because they're going to pull everybody over, especially you because you're black. These are things that haunts the black community, so we're always thinking that they're out here to get us, but realistically, that's not true. I'm going to tell you why. Tell them why.
Okay, so here's one of the reasons that'll cause you to get pulled over. You're driving around with 22 rims, music blasting, full tinted windows. That is a reason to pull someone over.
Yeah, have you guys heard the term hood cars? Hood cars mean that generally hood dudes, usually drug dealers drive these cars. Old school Cadillacs, Pontiacs. These cars like that tend to give cops an idea who's in there. Especially like you said, if you had the tinted windows, the 25-inch rims.
Yeah, if you driving around in a vehicle look like Exhibit put his hands on it, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, Exhibit pimp my ride.
If it looked like Exhibit put his hands on
pimp
it,
my prison cell.
Yeah, you in for some trouble. Now, that's not to say that every person who drives these cars are up to something illegal.
I want those tinted.
Yeah, however, just recognize that if you're going to be in those type of vehicles because of what those kind of vehicles are being, having tricked out a certain amount, that people that usually drive those kind of cars, they up to no good. Even if you aren't up to no good, you can be seen as such because they're not at that, when you're getting pulled over by a cop, they're not judging you as an individual at that particular moment.
Yeah, a good example would be, I don't know if you remember the movie American Gangster, when Nicky Barnes, they went into when Denzel Washington went to the club and his co-homie had a fur coat on trying to look like Nicky Barnes and everything. He got pissed. He said, throw that shit away. You look too loud in the room. So even if he's a drug dealer, we don't know that, but a person having those type of things look like that's a drug dealer, you know what I mean? So he got upset. You're looking too loud. You're making it too obvious. So even if you are doing, they're going to be looking in your direction. So having vehicles that look like this points you in that direction. You may or may not be doing it, but they give a reason to look into it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Now, another reason that comes to mind when it comes to reasons why you would get pulled over is because you're driving in an area with high crime. So the police officers, there's a video, I'll link in the description of Benzino. He's one of the owners of the Source magazine.
Benzino?
You
got this from Benzino?
Benzino.
No, you got this from Benzino?
It's a video of Benzino being pulled over.
He was like, okay. So I thought it was like the facts came from Benzino.
No. Benzino
we don't deal on this channel.
so Benzino. So the cops have the right to run your license plates. It's public property to do so. However, if you're driving around in a high crime area, you know what I'm saying? Now the police have the right to run your license at any given time for no reason at all.
Yes.
And once they do that, that's when they start to find things about you. Like you may have warrants that you have to see in the description below when it comes to Benzino. So the moral of the story is going to be like this. If you are in a high crime area driving around, the police have the right to run your license plate. So what they find is what they find. It does not mean they're racist because they weren't racist when they're running your license plate. It's just what they found caused them to pull you over.
You know, I find even stranger. I was talking to somebody recently. I was like, the goal for my goal personally is to stand out by being myself. People in the hood tend to try to blend in with every person that looks like in the hood, you know what I'm saying? So it makes it very easy just to pick you off because you look like the same person that would look like they're doing crime rates, you know what I'm saying? And so it's all like, so more of the story, like, hey, be yourself, stick out being yourself. Don't try to like everybody else, especially if everybody else looks like they're doing some sort of crime. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So let's get into it. Let's talk about how you should conduct yourself. Rule number one.
Wait, before we get into that, before we get into how we should conduct ourselves in front of police officers, let's explain why that is important. So with this myth going around that every black person is being pulled over just because they're black, which we just debunked, but also is this. The reason why it's important to know how to conduct yourself is because even if you think that that's the case, you think all cops are racist and they're doing it just because you're black and they white supremacists, all of them are Grand Clans members, you know what I mean? Master to the high rank Illuminati.
They call it Master Wizard Clan, right?
They master wizard magician trick, you know, they that kind of.
You know they call wizards, right?
They call them Grand Wizards. Grand Wizards, man.
That is hilarious.
So anyway, if you guys think that
Gandalf's walking around,
if you guys think that's the case, like you should know how to conduct yourself because you know you don't want to give them even more reason to possibly assault you. If that's what you think that they're on, what kind of time they're on all the time.
All the time, on time, all the time.
So everyone should be teaching their kids the things that we are going to be sharing with you guys today. And you should actually not just your kids, teach this to your friends,
to yourself.
Yeah,
we need like retraining. You know
yeah, there's adults, there's grown men and women just acting out in front of cops, and then everyone's shocked at what takes place.
Yeah,
if you guys think that everyone's grand wizards.
So let's get into it. Number one. Point number one, what you should do when being pulled over is stay calm. Number one, stay calm. The purpose of staying calm is, again, people feed off energy. The reason why, for instance, if you're in a room with a bunch of people and one person walks in like in a negative mindset, everybody feels it. They're like, what's wrong with that person? So if you get pulled over and you're already feeling hostile, chances are that racist cop that we're talking about, or supposedly racist, he's going to look real ugly in a second because he's already feeling like you want to make some problems happen.
You know if I could add on to that.
You can.
When it comes down to who is more likely to die between a black or white cop and a black driver or whatever, 18 times more likely the white cop's going to get killed by the brother. Hey, I know it's hard to hear sometimes.
Blue lives matter sometimes.
Blue lives matter too. So this, which is why he says, hey, you must stay calm. The reason why you got to stay calm is because the officer could be on edge as well, and you guys both being on edge it's usually not going to end well.
100%. Like I said, it's like a dog. Like once you approach a dog, if you on some scary stuff, it acts aggressive. You know what I'm saying?
Smell it.
But if you come to a dog correct, like yo, I'm gonna stand my ground. It is what it is. The dog tends to just be like more playful with you. Same thing with the cop, pretty much. Okay. So number two,
keep your hands on 10 and 2. And every question asked is yes, sir, and no, sir. And when you move your hands from the steering wheel, ask for permission to do so.
Yeah, so I want you guys to realize, generally speaking, the cop doesn't really know what's in your car, but he has. Again, if you're in a crime rate area, the cop is already just assuming that you have some form of weapon. So if you trying to start moving around without his permission, he's going to be uneasy. The same way, honestly, that you would be if somebody may have the drop on you. Want to make sure that you're ready to handle yourself accordingly if it happens. So yeah, I'll keep 10 and 2 and ask for permission if you're going to do anything. So he's not feeling uncomfortable with your actions. Sound good?
Exactly.
All right, number 3. Know where your stuff is at. Know where your stuff is at. So the problem is this: when we get our license and registration, we tend to throw in the glove compartment. We tend to throw so many things in there. We throw napkins,
you got them ketchup,
straws. You know what I'm saying? Condoms, all kind of crazy things that's in the glove compartment.
Guns.
I'll get that in a second. Guns. So now back to he said again. 10 and 2, ask for permission. Most people put their guns underneath their seat or in their glove compartment. So now if you're even reaching into your glove compartment, the cop's going to be on unease, or he got his hand on his thing ready to let it loose, because you're putting it somewhere where most guns are usually at. So if you're fidgeting for these things, it's just gonna make it look super sketchy. So what you should do is organize your stuff. What I do is put my stuff on the actual visor, because I don't like to actually pull my visor down at all, like the little sun visor. Mm-hmm. I put all my stuff on there. So if I'm reaching for something, I'm not having a gun up here. You know what I'm saying? So the cop will feel way more comfortable for me reaching in there instead of reaching underneath my seat or in my glove compartment. Want to add on to that?
Yeah, so quick story. So I was pulled over, I want to say about a week ago. You know what I'm saying? I was pulled over a week ago. I always have my information in the glove box. Now, here's how I handle the situation. Lights started flashing behind me. Took a deep breath. I'm like, man, this is some bull. That's what I'm thinking. But either way, hands on 10 and 2. Officer approached the car. He says, hey, whatever, can I see your license? I say, officer, sir, it's in my right pocket. It's okay if I reach for it now. He said, "Yes, sir, no problem." Reached for it, pulled out my license or my wallet with my driver's license, handed it over to him, and we were good to go. So it's just simple as that. Yes, sir. No, sir. Know where your stuff is at, and ask for permission to get it.
Anything else to add to that?
Yeah, I would like to add something to it. If you are
Or move to 4. Sorry.
yeah. The next one I say, if you are a gun owner, you want to tell the cop that is the case.
You can tell them. Generally speaking, it's just nice to say so because it happens is because generally speaking, when a person is a registered concealed carry, it actually gets read on your license plate. So once they run your background, they'll show that you have it. So they'll generally ask you. If they don't ask you, just let them know. Hey, I have a gun on me. Heads up. Once you read my license, you'll notice that I am a concealed carry person. Just a heads up. It's on my hip. Boom, let them know so they're aware. So if they do have to get you out the car and then they see it, they're not gonna be like, oh, you didn't tell me you had that thing on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
because you guys gotta understand, man. Like racism is very difficult to prove. Like it's nearly impossible. In order to prove that someone did something to you because you're black, unless there's some audio recording or there's some videos or some sort of footage showing that they were at Klans rallies or they purposely were dumping on disrespecting black people, not just a black person but black people. It's very difficult to prove. So when you get shot and everyone's stomping around saying it's because the cop was racist, you got to think, how are they going to prove that he was racist? Even if he was. Look, I could be the most racist person. I could be the most racist person in the world. At least I could be the most. I could think I'm way superior to white people, but it's gonna be difficult for you to prove that that's the case.
Not for me.
Well, for me, it's gonna be extremely difficult for someone to prove that if I harm someone white, it's because I did it because they were white.
For sure. So 4.
4. I don't think I got anything for 4.
Yes, I do have something for 4. If you can, I mean, this is like the little trickery number 4. If you can, try to record the incident. Again, if the cop is racist, if he's saying things racist, you should be able to have proof so we can prove it. So if we do get so if I do go to court, I have proof. Like for instance, with me, when I get pulled over, I record it. Like I keep my phone on record. So if anything happens, I can prove it. If the cop is doing anything because at the end of the day, it's their word against ours. We have to do the extra work to prove that it's something that it was. You know what I'm saying? So I go the lengths by recording it. So when I get pulled over, I get to record. I keep my phone on lock because you don't want them to be able to go through your phone if they even choose to. I keep it on lock and I swipe up and have the thing recorded. So if something happens, he can't go through my phone and delete it. You know what I'm saying? The evidence is there. Anything else?
Yeah, so number 5. If you feel...
you got one now?
I got one now. got my brain working, okay. Man. Click. So number 5 is if you feel like you have been or you are being mistreated at the end of interaction, you ask for the officer's name and badge number. Now, the reason why this is so important is because last I checked, dead people don't do a very good job at describing the incident. Dead people do not do a great job at describing the incident. So keep this in mind. Almost no matter how poorly the officer treats you, you have a better chance of getting that message across while you're alive. And you only can do that in court. So therefore, pretty much for the most part, 99% of these things that you guys see on TV, that I see on TV, could have been handled after the fact if they felt like they were mistreated. And now, you're on the cops on the witness stand sharing his side of the story. You're dead and you're unable to share your own.
What story are you talking about when I'm dead? There's no story. Number 6. This is super important. I mean, I don't think you even thought about this. Ego. The goal is to get back home, man. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Ego. That's pretty much every male's downfall for a lot of reasons. Ego,
especially the black man.
Let the ego go. If you, like you say, if you feel like you're being played, again, I can't tell you how you should handle a situation. You feel like you're getting played, but I want you to remember this: the goal is to get back home to your family, and the best thing you can do is go and fight it in court the next day. If a cop is being aggressive, if you want to swing back, that's up to you. But I want you to know this: at the end of the day, you're going to be screaming for help. At the end of the day, they're going to call for backup. You're going to have problems, and you may not make it home. So just let the ego go, handle it another day. That's number one. I mean, that's probably I probably put that number one at this point. Let the ego go. Again, if I'm being played, it's how I want to handle it. But I want you to be mindful the repercussions of how you're gonna handle it. If I feel like I'm getting played, I'm just gonna let it ride. I'm like, yo, watch. My lawyer will handle this later, or I'll handle it a different way another day. But right now, you're probably gonna call for backup. I'm gonna be on the floor hurt. This isn't helping.
Yeah, you don't. People don't win those.
How many videos you know people winning these?
I've never seen a video
where
where the brother won, or anyone in general. I mean, I know we're talking about black people specifically, but I've never seen a video. Yeah, I've never seen anyone come out that incident like it's okay.
Yeah.
Or the cop's like, you know what, I'm wrong. You got me.
Yeah, like at some point, if the cop just says, "Hey, get out the car," probably just get out the car. You know, like the people that don't want to get out of the car, it's like they're being played, which means their ego's taking over. Just get out the car. If you got nothing to hide, just get out the car. He gonna shoot you in the car or not. So just get out the car. It's gonna be a lot easier for you. Anything else before we wrap this up?
Nah, man, that's pretty much it.
You want to run through all six? You gonna do it?
You guys rewind that and y'all run through all six.
But that being said, is
you run through all six. Don't ever disrespect me on camera like that.
Yeah, I got six. But that being said, don't forget to comment, subscribe, like, and share. Anything else?
Yeah. Be sure to share this video, man. You can save some lives, because although y'all might not like the message, y'all might not like the message. I'm telling you, this is all facts.
We ain't in this yet. We ain't in this yet. I lied. So again, the thing is, we see too many videos of black men that are getting pulled out of cars and getting shot at. But a lot of times we don't see the beginning of the footage. A lot of the times is the cops are saying do something and they're not complying. So then they get aggressive, and then you get aggressive, then you get shot. Just comply. Again, just comply. It's much better that way. You won't be crying for help after the end of the day. So with that being said, we are out.
Peace.